Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Month in Music for the month of April 2022. I am your host. My name is Tyler, and as always, I am joined by the boys. We have Brennan.
What's going on, folks?
And we have Kyle.
Yo!
So, obviously, we are going to start this one out on kind of a somber note, because obviously the biggest music news thing that happened in April was the unfortunate passing of Tim Feerick, the bassist for Dance Gavin Dance. Everyone knows about this at this point. This is kind of old news, but obviously it is still not a fun topic to talk about, and it is not something that we have gotten a chance to really address in full on here. I know people have kind of asked us about it, you know, in comments and stuff, but we were kind of waiting for this podcast to fully talk about it. You know, I think that obviously we never met Tim Feerick, we never knew him personally, but you know, it definitely impacted our lives all the same, just because the music that he helped to create fundamentally changed each and every one of our lives in a lot of ways. And obviously, you know, losing him it sucks. There's no other way to put it. Like, it just sucks. It's still kind of hard to process on our end. I think, like, even talking about it now, like, it still feels unreal. And obviously, you know, our hearts go out to all of Tim's friends and family members and those closest to him. And obviously, everyone in Dance Gavin Dance. It's just, you know, has not really been a fun month with this happening. And yeah, it's just it's been depressing. We've all been very sad. We missed him a lot. And yeah, boys, do you want to give your thoughts about the god bassist Tim Feerick?
So not only did, you know, Tim Feerick have excellent bass lines, you know, that's one part of him that's going to be immortalized with, you know, a good chunk of Dance Gavin Dance's discography. But I mean, your like rhythm and bass section of bands, like, you know, kind of like the unsung heroes, you know, that's like the nucleus of the group. And, you know, they carry every song, you know, they, you know, keep the tempo and keep everything going, like, instrumentally and music wise. And, you know, you saw the band really rally when, like, Matt Mingus was going through his thing, back in the tour that we saw them with, like, a few shows after we saw them. Obviously, you know, I have very little idea, like, the pain Dance Gavin Dance and, you know, their very close friends and relatives are going through right now. And, you know, we've been seeing that at Swanfest. I caught a video, they were playing Strawberry's Wake, and Tillian didn't even sing a word. Like, it was just the crowd kind of, you know, carrying the song vocally, and it's like, damn. So,
yeah.
You know, my heartfelt condolences, you know, my deepest sorrows, you know, to DGD, and of course to other folks that are involved with DGD and close to DGD. But yeah, this was really shocking and, you know, really shitty news to receive. So yeah, rest in peace, Tim Feerick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, personally, like, I haven't been with the band, like, as long as either of you guys have been. And for a long time, I've mentioned, like, you know, how, like, Tillian, like, I, like, often key into it because I do like the vocals a lot. But something that I used to do, like, before I was even really into singing, was I used to play bass a bit. So, like, whenever I watch that band, and any band really, I, like, key into vocals and bass stuff more so than other things. So I've always, like, kind of, like, had an ear out for it, you know, like, whenever I've listened to Dance Gavin Dance in general. And I feel like it's kind of a part that has kind of doesn't get appreciated as much, especially within Dance Gavin Dance when you have people like Tillian having crazy vocals, Will Swan going absolutely fucking ballistic, you know, and then, you know, people don't often aren't like constantly talking about the bass part. So to have like these last couple weeks here have been like people like really talking about the bass parts, you know, kind of like re-listening and like, you know, really like shouting out these parts was really cool. But it's just I still don't even like think I've fully processed the fact that like he's gone. Like that's just absurd to me. Yeah, I don't know, man. I watched the same like those videos like you mentioned too, Brennan, and it's just so hard to like see the band like try to perform like without him in the group, and like the way that like some of them where you just see them so choked up, like John, Tillian, all of them just like having like such a hard time getting through shows. I can only hope that like, you know, they come together and like find it within them to like carry on. Obviously it seems like they're going to, with the fact that they said that they're going to keep like with the tours and everything, do things in like the name of Tim and everything, which is great. I like they said in their like posts and everything, like that's what Tim would have wanted. And I feel like that's probably, you know, like probably wouldn't want them to just shut everything down. So
yeah,
I'm excited for them to continue on, but you know, it's just crazy, man. Rest in peace, Tim. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I saw those videos too, and yeah, that was just one of the most heartbreaking things I have ever watched in my life. Watching them, you know, it's a testament to each of their individual like strengths as human beings to be able to push forward and play a show in front of thousands of people in honor of Tim, like days after he, you know, passed away. Like I fully didn't expect them to go through with that show. I don't think anyone would have blamed them for not performing. And the fact that they said, you know, like, we want to do this in honor of Tim's memory, and we're going to go through and we're going to do it. And you could tell that, you know, it was taking everything they had to just get through that set without completely, you know, breaking down, and they're choking up the whole time. Like it was heartbreaking. It really was. And I just hope that they continue to, you know, heal. And I hope that, you know, them being able to be together during this tough time going on tour and being able to, you know, see the fans and be able to play music with each other. I hope that's able to help them, you know, through the process of healing from this. Obviously we wish them nothing but the best throughout this, and we are going to be seeing them on said tour in a week. I mean, I don't know when this video is going up. We might have already seen them, but we will be in Cleveland seeing them play, and really looking forward to it. I will use that as a segue to get into happier topics, because we are the Talks a Lot boys, and we talk a lot, and we're going to keep talking a lot because there's a lot more to talk about in this episode. All right, happier stuff. So we are going to see Dance Gavin Dance on tour. As I just said, I'm going to ask each of you to make a guess of what song you think that they are going to open with. And then, in the next episode of This Month in Music, we're going to circle back to this and see if anybody was correct or even close. I guess we will give bonus points if you select the correct album, but you will get all the points if you get the actual song.
Yeah.
So, Brandon, I want to start with you. What song do you think they're going to open with?
I have a feeling Synergy's the obvious pick.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I'm gonna go with a wild card here and say Chucky.
Safe
You're
pick.
Okay, so I think that's a good idea, and I have a similar idea, and that it's gonna be like an album opener. And I'm gonna go with Prisoner. I think
that's
that,
a very safe pick, honestly.
yes. I think
in the same vein,
I figured
I was gonna go with an album opener also, and I was gonna go with Son of Robot.
that's fair. Okay,
Just 'cause,
interesting
like, it's
that
not
we
one
all
of my favorites,
Yeah.
and they've opened with it before, so I
Yeah.
feel like it's a safe bet they might do it again.
Yeah, I think I'm glad we all went with the album openers. That's funny. But the Synergy was the other one I immediately was like, well, that's probably, I could just like lay my claim there and then be like, you see, obviously, my brain is massive, obviously. So I don't know. We're gonna see what happens.
I'm gonna say they won't open with Synergy. I think that
We'll save it.
I think they're definitely gonna play it, but I don't think it's gonna be their opener. Because I feel like usually when they put out new singles, like prior to an album and stuff, like I feel like they typically don't open with them. Like they usually play them in the set. Like when what's the name of the song? I feel bad that I forgot the name of this. Headhunter. Yeah, like when Headhunter came out, when we saw them like shortly after that, like they played Headhunter, but it was on like the middle of their set.
Oh, okay.
So like that's my guess. So I will also win if they don't open with Synergy.
Damn. All right.
Yeah, facts and logic. I like it.
Yeah.
You really,
Yeah.
really,
I'm
the numbers
I'm working
whizzing
the
past
system.
your head.
It's what I do.
I like it.
Yeah, but that's gonna do it for our clickbait section for today.
For a game.
Yeah. There's nothing else really of note to discuss, I think, from this month. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, I guess. Moving on. Moving right along. Kyle, I know you wanted to discuss something random and specific. So
Yes.
why don't you bust that out right now?
The musical finds with Kyle Stein. Lee. All right, cool. I don't know. I'm just gonna change the name every time I come up with this segment. But last month I talked about how Mark Rebier was doing a show with Amazon Music and how it failed because it just didn't even get off the ground. They had technical issues on their own damn platform. I don't understand how that happens, but whatever. But it happened this month, and I could talk about it finally. It ended up being about hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half ish. Got a little bit cut down in the VOD. I got to watch it, and it was really fucking funny. It was literally just Mark on a set. It starts, and he's doing his thing with music, and he's coming up with a song, and he just ends, and he goes, roll the intro, and then the intro to the whole show starts, and then he just sits there on the couch in the set of the sitcom set that they make for him, and he's just answering questions in the chat, just talking it up, coming up with bits. Also, he started it out by sitting down and being like, hey there, all you cool kids in the chat box. You call it a chat box, don't you? Oh, you kids, you hip kids. What you sipping on? You children? Sipping on mommy's milk? And he just goes on a rant about sucking on mommy's tits.
It wouldn't be a Mark Rebier experience without that. So, it's not that surprising.
And then after he answers some questions in the chat, the doorbell rings. He's like, I wonder who that could be. And he wanders across the set all dramatically, opens the door, and Dylan Francis is standing there, and he's like, I'm here for the mommy's milk. And I was like, damn it, is this going to be a thing? And it was. The mommy's milk got brought up all the time. He just constantly asked production. He was like, so are we going to get that warm mother's milk yet? Straight from the teat. Thank you. And that was just the whole...
Christ.
But it was him and Dylan had random conversations. They answered questions from the chat. They played games. They played Doom. They played Mario Kart. They played Operation on the table. They ate a cake together, and all the while answered just questions together. They had a little freestyle session musically. It was really cool. There was also this. Mark's dog came in, but it was just a really jacked dude wearing a dog head and a dress. He was like, oh, puppy, puppy, puppy. And I was just like, what's happening right now? And he would just bring out whatever the next thing was. He was the segue component and stuff. And I don't know. There were definitely technical issues, and the pacing was kind of weird because it was just really them just talking. But like it was really fun because it was Mark. Like he was able to like really play it up, and you could tell he was having a great time. That was my biggest takeaway. He was just so excited the whole time. Like right off the bat, he was just like, we had technical issues, and I was really bummed. But I'm so excited to be here. Oh boy! And he gets up, he starts running around the couch, and he's just like, Adolf Hitler was a bad guy. All right, let's get into this. And I was like, what's happening? It was a really fun time. It was very chill. Not like very structured, but they still had like a flow. I don't know. I'm excited to see more. I caught a little bit of the second episode. Unfortunately, I was just kind of busy, so I only tuned in for a little bit of it. But I hope it keeps going because it was really fun.
It sounds like a fucking fever dream.
It really was. It really was. Which is kind of what I wanted. But it was cool. And like, I guess that's like a follow-up to last week. And then something to look forward to is Mark announced he's writing a whole album, like an original album. And I know I like sent you the thing, Tyler, that one time about how like people could go to the recording of the album, which was cool. And he live streamed that as well on YouTube.
I saw that. Yeah.
And he actually came out after the fact and he's like, hey, we're not doing that anymore. We're not live streaming it. He was like, I felt really structured. I want to feel like I can go and get a beer and chill for 30 minutes and then come back. And it felt too produced. So he's not recording it anymore. Well, he said he might record it and then edit it and put it up later. But he's like, I don't want to be like on camera the whole time. So, but either way, I'm excited because some of the stuff he did play during that sounded really cool. So I'm really excited about that. Maybe talk about that next month. Who knows? But yeah, if you can check out We've Got Company. I think that's the name of the show, something like that. It's really fun. It was really cool.
Up until this exact moment, I never knew what the show was called.
Oh yeah, I might have not mentioned it last month. I could not have
looked it up if I wanted to.
That's
I don't
fair.
think you ever told us the name of the show.
Did I not say the name last month? That's all right. I mean, I might have just heard about it and I didn't know the name either, so that's okay. Oh, that's whatever. Yeah, I think it's called We've Got Company. Yeah. Check out the Amazon Music Twitch. It's in there and their VODs and stuff, so that's the easiest way to find it.
I mean, I might have to look that up. That sounds chaotic. Are we gonna review said album when it drops?
I'm down.
I'm open to it.
It's a little different, but
I would say put in the comments below if you want that, but no one will. So we'll
no one will. So it's really just up to us.
In the comments, actually, go look up Mark Rebier. Check him out, and then come back and be like, yeah. But then again, still people won't. So like, it's whatever. It's all right. But
right.
Theoretically,
yeah,
do that.
Anyway, do you hear that?
That's it, yeah.
Off in the distance, it's a train made of segways, and it's held together by the internal organs of several deceased people.
Jesus.
That is so morbid. Station.
It's like you have an old woman on the lead Segway, and then you just have entrails for 6 miles.
6 miles.
A baby boy sewn to the end. It's a representation of the cycle of life. Anyway, it's a segue, and that,
Benjamin
now
Button
we're on to the
style.
Gentleman's Club.
Wow, that ended up going somewhere. I really thought you were just digging yourself into a hole with that one. I didn't know.
I thought it was too. I don't know how I got out of that.
You found it.
I blacked out and just talked. And now we're here at the Gentleman's Club. Why don't you talk now?
Yeah, looks like the train of morbidity just rolled on up to the Gentleman's Club, and now I got to deal with it. But stepping out of that train are 2 delicious tracks. Both of these, they're very different from each other. But get that out there right away. I don't think these songs could be any more different if they tried. But let's get right into it. The 2 tracks looking to get acceptance into the club. The first one is from a guy, his name is Chris Turner, and he is the drummer for Ocean's 8 Alaska, and kind of doing some solo stuff. He's released some singles over the last couple years, and each one of them is epic in my opinion, and this one is absolutely no different. The song is called Get Sendy, instrumental by Chris Turner. Let's take a listen. Fucking A, man.
Jeez, my ears are bleeding in a good way.
Oh.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, my man, absolutely insane drummer. I mean, just take a you caught that little snippet. Go listen to the whole thing. It's fucking nuts, and then listen to his other stuff. But enough about Chris Turner. All right, this other track is from a band. I heard about them like way back in the day, back when like I first started hearing about Gent and hearing about like all these like crazy bands out there doing all sorts of wild shit. And this song is just fucking nutty from start to finish. If you are a fan of guitars, definitely check this track out. Definitely check this band out. But the song is called Forsaken by the Harp Machine. Let's have a listen.
Interesting.
What a fucking tune.
I've
Man,
transcended time and space. This is too much.
You look like you just chewed 5 gum, Kyle.
I think that might be how it felt to chew 5 gum. That's crazy in a song.
Well,
Not
now
sponsored,
that you're
but like 5 gum.
I
I
mean-
happen to see this. I mean, could be.
well, now that you're fresh off of your life-altering experience of chewing 5 gum, Kyle, the pick is yours. Who are you going with?
Okay, so like this is pretty tough. Like you said, they're pretty different. One's like just like a purely like, you know, drumming instrumental that is just absolutely like tears ass. Like I watch and listen to that Chris Turner song Getsendi, and I'm at a loss for words. I'm like, how do limbs move in such ways that quick? And I'm like, man, I wish I could be a percussionist. And then I see him, and I'm like, I'll just go die. But I think it's fucking phenomenal, super incredible. And then I listened to Forsaken, and my life was changed forever. I went on a journey, not too dissimilar to the River Styx analogy we made quite a while back. I felt as though I died and experienced a journey into the afterlife. And not only did I feel like I experienced like this absolute masterclass, like you said, of guitars and of, like all this incredible instrumentals, but like it went places. Like it was like for like first like minute or so, I was like, whoa, like this is just like really intense, like kind of chuggy. I like it. And then all of a sudden, like the really high guitars come in, and like it like just starts getting like all sorts of fucking choppy and crazy. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? You get the really nice vocals coming in on top of all this, and it's just like this beautiful, just like coming together of all these different like crazy, over the top, incredibly well done instrumentals and vocals, and I can't help but like mad respect to that. There's just so much going on, so many parts all coming together to create this crazy experience. So I have to give my vote to the Harp Machine, 100%.
All right, so Forsaken is up 1-0. Tyler, what is your selection?
So here's the thing. The Chris Turner song, is it as good as Triggered, one of the greatest drum songs of all time that he also made? No. But is it better than Forsaken? Yes.
No.
Ooh.
You're wrong.
Here's
Damn.
and I am I correct? Probably not. But when I listened to Forsaken, I was overwhelmed. I was in sensory overload from second one, and then the vocals kicked in, and I just went, ooh, yucky, and I turned it off.
Yucky.
I obviously like unclean vocals. I listen to some heavy shit, but I wasn't feeling that dude, so I was like, eh, and I turned it off. And apparently I missed out on some shit from like other future parts of the song that I did not witness, but you know, I don't care. My time is precious. I have to spend it on things that don't make me go, ugh. And yeah, that was just one of those situations, and I'm giving it to the not Forsaken, the Chris Turner one that I can't Get Sendy. I'm giving it to Get Sendy. I made it through my stroke, and I feel proud. And Brennan, you can tell me that you're gonna side with Kyle now. Thanks.
Well, I think the gripe with the vocals on Forsaken are definitely legitimate. The first time I heard this track, I actually felt the same way because, I mean, they're just like the uncleans. Because I mean, the cleans, like they kind of like add something.
There's
Like,
cleans.
Yeah, so there
They're
are
really good
cleans.
cleans.
I still don't think they're very good. Like I don't think like the vocal performance overall is very good,
I
but
guess
just the
Kyle's a liar.
just
I
the
don't think he's
instrumentals.
right, but it's fine.
I mean, because like they're not terrible. It's just like I don't know. But then we have that going up against a song with no vocals, and you know, really only one instrument is like competing against like an entire band minus the vocalist.
So that makes it more impressive, right?
No.
That he can keep up with that. There's only one instrument.
I mean, kind
Well,
of, but no.
Well, I mean, well, that's the thing. Like, I don't think he does. Like, it's because I really like Get Sendy. I really like Forsaken, but I mean, just like you said, you immediately go into sensory overload. Like from the time the song starts, like just the instrumentals, and like the vocals. You know, yeah, I could go without them, but they do kind of help the song go like on a journey, like a bunch of different places. So I am going to side with Kyle here, and I am going to vote for Forsaken. Simply because it's like a more like complete package, and there's like everybody's doing something. While with Chris Turner, it's just kind of like him like being an absolute god on drums. But you know, the instrumentals are more of just like complimentary chugs than, you know, an entire band just getting the fuck down. So
that's fair.
Yeah, Forsaken from the Harp Machine has been granted access into the Gentleman's Club, while Chris Turner gets kicked to the curb.
He does not only get kicked to the curb, he becomes one with the Segway train. His entrails will be ripped from his body and strewn throughout the machine
I
to
didn't know
segue on to our next segment, which is Picks of the Month. The segment that we talk about our favorite albums and singles that dropped in the month of April. Yeah.
Nice.
Segway train's really putting in work today.
I feel really bad about not picking him now. That sounds really
it
unpleasant.
was a terrible fate. It really was. He
either way,
deserved a lot better than that.
He really did.
It's just a shame that was our mode of transportation today. I don't even know why. It's usually a limo or something. I don't know what happened with that, but I'm not in charge of the contracts or anything. It's just
April's just a morbid month.
Yeah,
I guess. You know what they say? April showers bring
tears.
Death trains.
Death trains.
April showers bring death trains. I like that. Cross-stitch that one on a pillow at grandma's.
Totally rhymes. Anyway, Brennan, do you want to start us off? Talk about your favorite single and album of the month.
Oh boy. So for single, there were a few pretty decent ones that came out. We Came as Romans actually collabed with Brand of Sacrifice on a song.
I saw that. I didn't listen to it, but I saw that it happened.
Yeah, so that's pretty dope. Good track. Definitely not my favorite of the week or the month. I know it's a basic answer, but Synthwave Vegan fucking rips. Like Veil of Maya. Like all of their singles are just like insane. Like, you know, between like since False Idol to like now, it's just like holy shit. Like these guys keep coming out with like top 5 songs like in a year. It's like whoa. But yeah, I mean, obvious pick, Synthwave Vegan from Veil of Maya for my single of the month. Now, I only have 2 albums on my list. And they are polar opposites on my rating chart. Obsidian from North Lane was an absolute fucking snooze fest. Like, this album was boring as fuck.
Damn.
Like, which sucks because, so they had an old singer. They were like true metalcore back in the day. They got a new singer and kind of like changed styles and kind of like went into snooze fest mode for some people. Like, they have one album I know like nothing about called Mesmer. But they came out with Alien in 2019 and I fucking love that record. Like, that is an awesome album. But then to follow it up with this, like, you know, like, songs have like no payoffs. Like, some songs are just one note the entire time. Like, they rely too much on like techno, like crunchy electronic bits. I mean, like, I get this feeling like the album goes like nowhere. And there's like a couple like decent songs sprinkled in, but like the rest of it's just like boring as fuck. And I hate that North Lane's become this.
Damn.
But on to my actual pick of the month. I'm actually half tempted to make a fucking video about how much I hated North Lane's record. But Body Snatcher, they came out with an album called Bleed Abide, and this is like Kublai Khan meets deathcore. Like, it is fucking nutty. Like, some of the breakdowns and like some of the riffs and some of like, you know, like I said, like they have like some deathcore aspects just kind of like sprinkled in throughout the record. I mean, it's just like, I feel like I'm at a hardcore show. Like, just listening to this, like, holy shit. I mean, from top to bottom, I mean, just absolutely excellent record. And, you know, I remember like seeing on gent shit posting, people were talking about like North Lane being a snooze fest, and like in half of the comments they were like, yeah, but that fucking Body Snatcher album though, Jesus Christ. Like, that is epic.
Damn.
But yeah, so my picks, Synthwave Vegan by Vela Maya, single of the month. Bleed Abide by Body Snatcher, album of the month. Faux shizzle.
Nice.
Monday.
Kyle, I bet your stuff's going to be even heavier than that.
Yes, mine is just fucking swimming through pig's blood. So for my singles, there were a lot of really good singles that came out this month. Or should I say interesting singles? Because I don't think all of them are that good. We had a lot of like kind of like big bands that we like a lot drop some singles this month. We had like Don Broco release Fingernails this month, which I thought was fine. Music video was really cool. Song was just like better than Some Things and Amazing Things, not as good as others. So
yeah,
I'll take that as I will. Definitely not single of the month though. We had frickin', like you said, Brennan, Synthwave Vegan, which fucking ripped. Not exactly my style, but I can mad appreciate it, and I will bop to it. Intoxicated. Then we also had Preach by Emarosa, which I was stupid excited for. I love that 80s vibe, Ty, like you talked about in your reaction video. God, I want it. And that's what they gave. I was very underwhelmed by this track altogether, though. I'm glad they gave us 80s, and that's what I'm taking away from this. That vibe is what I'm down for. But the thing I love from their last album is that like the instrumentals were like a kind of a blend almost of like the 80s pop punkiness, and that's what I was like, oh boy, here it comes. And all of Preach, it was just like the most basic background instrumentals ever, except for maybe a couple moments where like there was like cool bass riff or something, and I was like, I really hope this isn't what this next album's gonna be, because oh no, this is going to be boring. But like vocals were really good. I like some of the stuff they did. I like that they really leaned in the 80s. Gives me a lot of hope. But keep building it up from here. I want more. God, I want more.
Your critique is justified, because I definitely the instrumentals are not really much to talk about.
Yeah, like it was just I don't know.
Like, I still enjoyed it, but like not to the degree of the high points of Peach Club, like 100%. At all. Yeah,
100%. But that leaves me with one single that I really, really liked, and it was Switchblade by Stand Atlantic. Single slaps. I really like it. I think it's probably my favorite one so far. Probably myself. I really like its absolute range that you get on it, like from oh god, what's her name? Oh my god, I blanked on her name. What was it? Bonnie. Sorry. Yes. I was thinking Connie, and I was like, that's not it. But nope. It's Bonnie. She fucking kills it with like the low stuff at the beginning to having the crazy like layered vocals in the chorus. I love that harmony in the chorus. That is just so fucking good. I also like the fact that like sequential choruses, you get a little bit more. Like they have like that last little like reprise of the chorus and the second chorus and then the third one. I think that's cool building. I like that a lot. Overall, I just really fucking vibe with that song. So that's my single of the month. Easy peasy. And then for albums, didn't really have a lot. Nate Wants to Battle released a redo of Gotta Go Fast, his Sonic cover album, but with a couple tracks at the ends, and he called it Gotta Go Faster because of the new movie coming out. And he did like covers of a couple other songs like All Hail Shadow, Seven Rings in Hand, which is a bop. Check those out. But the album I liked a lot was Shadow Academy. Dan Avedon's new band released their first album, their self-titled Shadow Academy. And I really liked it a lot. I thought it was really cool. It's very like classic alt rock kind of stuff. But I like some of like the risks they take. I think there's some really weird decisions with like, especially like in Cast No Shadow and Wind and Waves. I thought there was some really weird like not like where you expect like the predominant beat to be at times, and it really kind of catches you and takes you in a different direction. And I dig that. I also just think that Dan in general has a really cool ear for like layering and creating big moments and vocals. And this whole album like showcases that to me. They're like ballady moments. They're just like more like classic rock moments, and they're moments they take their risks. I think it's all really cool. They even have interlude moments that are really fucking pretty in there that I totally think you should check out as well. The whole album, I was really impressed with. Excited to see what they do next. That's my album of the month, though. Shadow Academy by Shadow Academy.
Nice.
Yeah. Tyler.
Yeah, that's me.
So, I'm assuming you listened to some music this month.
A little bit, yeah. You may have noticed that like all of our uploads are me reacting to stuff, which I partially apologize for. But I also don't, because I love stretching my life out into sweet views. Also, the reason that I am like the only one doing reaction videos is just because I work from home, so it's so convenient for me to just be like, oh, a new song. Let me just go like clock out quick and do this for 5 minutes and then get back to where like, yeah. They don't have that luxury, so someday I'm sure they will have reaction stuff, but not as consistent as me. So you're stuck with my big nose and massive teeth, and I apologize. Yes, I watched a bunch of songs and listened to things and react to stuff. And Switchblade is obviously my single of the month. I mean, Kyle said it all, and he's right. And I'm Stan for Stand Atlantic. I put the Stan in Stand Atlantic.
Nice.
Yeah. And their album comes out like next week, I think, which I am so pumped about. Oh my god. It'll be this week as of the time this goes up. So like, not to confuse y'all. In the moment right now, it's a week away. When you are watching this, if you watch this when it comes out, it'll be that week. But yeah, Switchblade is my single of the month easily. There's a lot of other good shit, even some shit that I didn't react to, but you'll never know what it is unless you check out my playlist in the link below. Wow. And then my album of the month, I only had like one album come out, and it was the Monuments album, which I'm actually surprised Brandon didn't touch on. And yeah, it was good. It was Monuments. I mean, we talked about one of the songs that was a single leading up to it last month in the Gentleman's Club, and I think I voted for that to be in, and I think I lost. But I don't remember, and it doesn't matter because it wins now in my personal things because it's my album of the month. It had no competition, but it was good enough that maybe it could have taken that title anyway.
Yeah, I totally forgot that came out.
Yeah, it was really good. I listened to it once while I was working out one day, and I was like, "This shit rips." this is nice. And then I kind of forgot about it. And then today I was like, what albums came out? And I was like, oh, right. That album was really good. And nothing else came out that I could even compare to it. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the name of the album. So that's awkward. But Monuments put out an album, and it's good. So listen to it, please. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's all I got.
Damn.
So that'll bring us to the end of ye old picks of the month. Let us know in the comments below what your picks of the month were. Now, as far as our music forecast for May goes, we are starting off the month in a dead sprint.
Yeah.
We are just going to be on a highway full of tunes smacking us in the face. We have Stand Atlantic's new album, Fuck Everything and Run, I think is what it's called. And that'll be coming out on May 6th, the same day as Doctor Strange. What a great day in human history, honestly.
Wow.
This will be a day that will be talked about for generations to come, at least in my lineage. It'll be a great day. And the following week will be State Champ's new album that I care about significantly more than you two, but we will still be reviewing it. Haha! I'm looking forward to it.
I like old State Champs. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a
This is
couple
very
really good
reminiscent
albums.
of old State Champs, so you'll probably like this thing.
State Champs is good.
Right.
Just don't go out of my way to listen to them. So
Yeah.
but,
Totally fair.
Hey, excuse, you know?
It's generic pop punk, man. It's just pure grade A, generic, pure pop punk. Like you go out in a field of pop punk and you just get it. You pick it right off the bush, and that's State Champs, and it's really good. And yeah, their new album's coming out, and that'll be cool too. And there might be something else that I'm forgetting, but those are the two that I know about off the top of my head.
Damn. All right.
I'm excited though. It's gonna be a good time, and we're seeing DGD.
We are.
You know, yeah. I immediately the week after I'm going to see Jacob Collier, which I'm very excited about as well.
Nice.
I'll probably talk about that next month at some point if you're into him at all. And when I talk about him, probably not, but that's okay. I'm just gonna be like,
Good old Jacob Cholera. Was the disease named after him, or is he named after the disease?
the world may never know, Tyler. The world
Fair
may
enough.
never
Fair
know.
enough.
Yeah.
Anything happening with you as far as releases go, Brendan?
Not that I can think of. There is one, but I forget it. I don't even. I can't even think of it off the top of my head. I didn't write it down or anything.
All right, fair enough.
So yeah, good
I'm
music.
sure we'll talk
Coming
about
up.
it next month on the next installment. And that's all we got for today.
Yeah.
So we kept this one quick and short, just like the people want it. Yeah. So obviously, give this video a like if you liked it, because that really helps out a lot, and we're always begging for that. And we hope maybe you'll cave and do it this time. That'd be great. If you managed to watch this entire video, thank you. Because not a lot of people watch this, so we really appreciate each and every one of you who are who are into this little show that we put on every month. We really appreciate you tuning in. Please comment below with A, what you had for breakfast, B, what your single and album of the month are, and C, any music you're looking forward to that we might not know about for next month. And D, send Kyle a little kiss. Also, make sure you go and kiss that subscribe button if you haven't already, and then French kiss the bell.
Get all up in like the dangly bit on the inside of the bell. Yeah.
Get some tongue in
love
there.
it.
Hell yeah.
The visual.
Kyle knows
Ooh.
how to do it. I would ask him to demonstrate. I don't want to edit that in.
Nah,
or
I'd rather
witness that.
not.
So yeah, do that if you haven't already, because
intimate.
our channel is fun, and you could be part of that fun.
Close to
By
200
proxy if you
subscribers
are
as well.
subscribed.
Very close to 200 subscribers.
We are. We're 10 away as of right now. It's crazy. We shot up a little bit as far as our standards go in the past month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you to everyone, all you new subscribers who are here. We're happy to have you. We hope you don't leave.
I hope you guys don't get bored.
Yeah. speaking of boredom, we've been the Talks a Lot Boys, and we'll talk a whole lot more next time.
See.